What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Target MMA. I'm your host, Rob. This is Miss the Mark. Miss the Mark is basically the danger zone. Danger zone, again, I had it going for like a week or two. Just the Parlay Busters. The people that you don't see coming and can ruin your bets. The minus 700s that you expect to win actually don't have such a good chance against these guys. And we didn't see them coming. But here I am to show you, get ahead of the game. Let's get ahead of the game. First and foremost, let's start with Mike Davis taking on Nurullo Alaev. Now, Nurullo Alaev is 11-0, but he's just a decision guy. He doesn't have ways to win other than just chain wrestling you. And I originally picked him. Obviously, picks and bets are not the same. But there is a world where people win. If you've ever seen Endgame, Marvel Cinematic Universe, Thanos was able to win and conquer the planet in all these different worlds. But there was one world where they won. It's like, dramatics. But regardless, I'm saying that there is a world where people do win. And you don't see them coming. So, I see Mike Davis having the possibility to win this. He's a plus 146 dog. He's a finisher, though. 10 out of 12 of his wins are by either knockout or submission. He has heavy hands, which helps. But he does get taken down, and that's the issue here, because if he doesn't stop the takedowns, if he doesn't use his leg kicks, something that I noted was that Nurullo Alaev doesn't check leg kicks. And if Beast Boy here, Mike Davis, is able to utilize those leg kicks, get Alaev hurt, and then stuff the takedowns, he has the upside for a finish. He has the upside for a submission. He had that against Nathan Levy before. He had a submission against him. He triangle choke. He has these capabilities to win this. He's durable as hell. He went against Mason Jones, went to a decision and won that. He lost to Farazian, but that was some paint issue in the locker rooms. I don't like to speculate on things where people say it's weird. I don't know that whole story. He said he inhaled paint fumes. Like, dude, that's a lot of paint fumes to inhale that you turn into a jiu-jitsu nerd against Farazian. But then he snapped back, got a knockout over Mitch Ramirez. So, you have Alaev by minus 188. Mike Davis plus 146. I'm not saying to bet this, but I wouldn't be surprised if he won, winning by a finish. Because if it goes to decision, I could see Alaev just chain wrestling to a decision, being boring, being a boring wrestler. If anything, it's Davis by finish. Not bad odds there. Let's see in the next clip who we got next. We have the light heavyweight bout of Magomed Tuchalov taking on Brenson Ribeiro. I've already gotten a lot of slack for this. I'm picking Brenson Ribeiro. I picked him before. I picked him in the early picks yesterday because he is primarily a striker, but he has submissions under his belt. 17-10. Not the best record. And he's insanely finishable. 5 out of 10 by knockout, 3 out of that by sub. So 8 out of 10 of his losses are being finished. He gets finished. I'm well aware. I watched Magomed Tuchalov. He's not that good. I'm sorry. He's 5-0. No, I'm sorry. Is he 5-0 or is he 6-0? 5-0. And he just doesn't remind me of anybody that's that good of a fighter. He doesn't move. He uses feints, faking. He's heavy on top when he gets a takedown. He's a striker. He's a counter striker. Low volume. He likes to pick his shots. Low volume. I could see Brenson Ribeiro being the faster, more dynamic striker here. And I can see him having enough power to exchange, or if it goes to the ground, to have a submission. He's played spoiler before. Now, where was this? Yes. Not a good stint in the UFC. He lost to Yakyaev, Umar Sy, Asman Muzakayev. Yeah, but these guys are good. He beat Dior Nurgazai. He beat Cal Machado. All right, look, he got some good wins. He lost to Magomed Gaziazulov, Mingyang Zhang. These are killers. He's lost to killers, all right? You mean to tell me a guy like Magomed Tuchelov, who has he fought? Who has he fought? I know I said this before in a lot of my breakdowns, but that matters. You know, if I go beat up a 5-year-old, I don't look strong. I don't look like, oh, look how strong that guy was. He beat up a 5-year-old. I'm saying that Tuchelov hasn't fought anybody good to even say that he's going to run through Ribeiro. The play should be not to go the distance or to take the under, but Tuchelov is very, very low volume. And I don't know if that's going to, it might be a 1.5. I don't know if it's going to, let's see Brenton Ribeiro. When does he get finished? First. He gets a lot of first round losses. So I could see Tuchelov being patient and getting the first round finish. But I think Brenton Ribeiro has those leg kicks to make Tuchelov very uncomfortable. He's going to shoot a takedown and get his neck snatched. I'm taking Brenton Ribeiro. He is plus 430. Yeah, you probably listen to this like, is this guy nuts? Yeah, a little bit. Look, Siyaku I didn't plan this. Siyaku Dumisa Nomvinve. 6-5. Go through the Tapology of Sherdog and you'll see the recent fights Tuchelov had. That was one of them. That was one of them. You could read that. 6-5. Khabib Gaziev, 3-3. Turzenbek Sodikov, 2-3. Shamil Abdulmuslimov, 0-1. The only person that he beat that was semi-decent is Kyle Machado. All right. That's it. Who lost in the UFC, got a couple of good wins in UAE Warriors. Who has Tuchelov beat? Plain and simple. Nobody. Is he a finisher? Yeah. Can Brenton Ribeiro get finished? Yeah. But need I remind you, Brenton Ribeiro has finishes. He's only won one decision out of his 17 wins. He's a finisher. He could spoil your bets, is all I'm saying. I'm taking a shot on the dog here. We got Ramazan Bek Temirov. Ramazan 19-3. Now, if you look at the odds, depending on where you're looking at it, he is minus 106. Steve Erceg is minus 120. He is the slight dog. They are both minus. So you're not going to get any value out of this. You're not going to say, oh, he's a plus 100, plus 102, minus 106. Not a tremendous dog at all. But he's still a dog, and that he deserves to be in here. I don't think he's so much of a parlay buster, per se. But he's in here because I know a lot of you are going to pick Steve Erceg. And in my not so professional opinion, Steve Erceg is not that good. Let me see. I gotta go through all of these notes. Here we go. Handy dandy notebook. Now, Steve Erceg, he's light-handed. He doesn't have that type of power. And he got bumped to the top to fight Pantoja off of a win over Matt Schnell. Knocking out Matt Schnell. So, ooh, we beat Matt Schnell. The best win that he's had was Alessandro Costa. Tim Elliott, okay. Odell Osborne, okay. But he's getting smoked at the top. Brandon Moreno, smoke. Kai Kara France, knocked him out. He survived Pantoja. You don't get a lot of credit for surviving a fighter. I don't believe in that. Now, he knocked out Schnell and then gets a title shot. Why? Why does Steve Erceg deserve that? He's going against Ramazan Temirov, who is a heavy-handed fighter. Let's go back here real quick. Temirov, 19-3, 11 out of 19 by knockout. And we saw how Steve Erceg got clipped. When he went against Kai Kara-France, he got clipped hard. Now, Ramazan, he has good movement. He's very light on his feet. The problem is the reach issue. But Steve Erceg is not like the most rangy striker. I mean, he's listed as, I believe he's listed as a striker, but he's more of a wrestler. But he doesn't wrestle. Steve Erceg is too patient in the sense of Ramazan's going to push the pressure on him. Ramazan is going to be the one coming forward. He's going to be the one hitting much harder. He has good takedown, and he will explode on Erceg if he feels like he's hurt. I don't think Erceg's that good. He has good head movement too. He has good takedown defense in case Steve Erceg wants to go back to his roots and become the wrestler that we know he is. So the pick is going to be Ramazan Temirov. I'm actually going to be betting him because at these odds, I'm flabbergasted. Now we have the main event of the evening. Bogdan Guskov taking on Magomed Ankalaev. And before I get slack on this one, I'm not picking against Ankalaev because he was knocked out by Alex Pereira. Yes, his last loss was a TKO. And typically when someone is coming off of one, it's not a good look. It's like, oh, he just got knocked out. I don't hold that much weight to this because Bogdan Guskov is not an Alex Pereira knockout hitter. Heavy hands. 15 out of 18 by knockout. 3 submission wins. Like, he can submit people. He has 1 TKO, 1 sub, 1 decision loss, all on his record. He was submitted by Volkan Oezdemir, which, surprising. I think Volkan just got popped for steroids just recently. I gotta look that back up. But getting submitted by him is wild because I didn't think Volkan Oezdemir had that type of. He has 2 submissions out of 21 wins. Oof. Knocked out in AMC 6 years ago. Jeez. Against Vyacheslav Vasilevsky. The Crushing Russian. That's actually a cool name. 15 out of his 35 wins are by knockout. So losing to that is not terrible. Not terrible. He was submitted. Yeah, that's it. 1 submission loss to Volkan Oezdemir. I guess that's a little wild, but Magomed Ankalaev doesn't truly get finished. He was knocked out recently, and he was submitted by Paul Craig, which is also very surprising. I could see Bogdan getting a submission over here. I could see him hitting Ankalaev hard, dropping him, because they're both similar in their patience. I just think that the reason why I'm picking Gustav here is because he has that accuracy. He is powerful and he is direct. He has a target and he goes for it. He's going to be the much more accurate striker here. Much more heavy-handed striker. Ankalaev doesn't have that one-punch knockout. Bogdan does. Depends on who he's hitting, though. He's not an Alex Pereira. I'm not comparing him to Alex Pereira. And I'm not using MMA math. Oh, he's got knocked out, so he's going to get knocked out. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that here. But I am picking Bogdan, and I'm probably going to be betting on him by finish. Because if it goes to decision, he's going to get a finish if he wins. So far, he is the plus 340 dog. Yes, he's showing up on short notice. I understand that. But he was training for a fight, so he was going to go against Jan Blachowicz for a rematch. And Ankalaev is boring. He's not that powerful. 10 out of his 20 wins by TKO, I understand that. But again, who has he been knocking out? Boom, boom, boom. Johnny Walker, when he was chitting for a little while. Anthony Smith. That's it. Oh. Iwan Kutalaba. One of them, he says he was faking it. The other one, I don't know. killing me with these names. Dalcha Longambula. Okay? This guy gets finished. 11-6. Not the greatest guy in the world. Marcin Prachnio, he's pretty good. Sort of. He gets knocked out a lot. Seriously. He's been knocking out nobodies. And I think Bogdan Guskov is actually pretty good. The pick is going to be Bogdan Guskov, and I'm actually betting on him. I think he's going to ruin a lot of your parlays. And just to can't say preface this anymore, but just to tell you, I'm not picking against these guys because of some bias. You know, it's like, how do you bet against the EVOVs in Abu Dhabi? We're not doing that either. We're not betting the Muslim against the Muslim fighters for the sake of betting against them, because that's wild. Bet the people that you think you're going to win. Don't even look at the odds. I looked at the odds, and I thought Brenton Ibero was going to be like a plus 140 dog. He's a plus like 400. That's insane. Pick the style of fight. Pick who you think is going to win. And then let it play out. But to go by where they're located, the OE, VE, EVs, the Muslim fighters in Abu Dhabi, the odds, you can't let that sway you. That's why we have these segments here. So like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you agree with any of these picks, and I will see you guys in the next episode.